Hey guys, welcome and thank you for tuning in to the first mini-sode for the soul, A Dose with Misty. I have decided to start this little kind of like a mini series, right? Yeah, because it's a mini-sode. And the reason why I wanted to start this is actually because, as you guys know, Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast drops a new full episode every Thursday, which is dope. Shout out to all you listeners for tuning in and listening to my episodes. But I also find it that lately, very recently, I've had certain instances, certain moments where I've really felt like I am present. That statement is actually something that I was introduced to. And I learned back when I was 16 years old and I went to work at a summer camp. Yeah, I was like 16. Yeah. The statement itself was actually something that we used to use every morning when we would huddle with our groups, with our kids that we were leaders for at the camp. And we would, give shout outs to each other. The employees would give shout outs to each other. But then we will also say what we are present with. If you were present with something on that morning, you would have the moment at the morning huddle in the pure bliss in middle of Mother Nature. Oh, it was gorgeous. And we were able to say what we were present with at that very moment. And so lately, with everything that's been going on with this crazy world that we're living in right now, pandemic, we're still trying to live through it, right? We're almost at the end of elections. So fingers crossed it turns out exactly how we all would want it, and I hope it's the way I want it. With the world still turned upside down, I've recently have encountered certain situations, certain moments in time where I am feeling very present with a sense of emotion and a feeling. And I've come to the point where I've been able to identify what that is. And so recently, and at this very moment, I am still very present with gratitude. And now, yes, it is the month of November, right? And so we already know what holiday is coming right around the corner. It's Thanksgiving. And so when we think of Thanksgiving, we think of what we are thankful for and what we are grateful for. And yes, that is very true. But that is actually not why I am so present with gratitude. I have been present with this moment and this feeling because of several reasons. So let me take you guys briefly back to seeing the development and the growth and to what I define to be success of this here show, Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast. You guys have tuned in every single week and have made the show what it is today, to see the responsiveness, the beautiful positive reviews from all of you guys, to see every single week those downloads, those listenings go up continuously. It just shows the responsiveness. That's what it's really about. It shows the responsiveness of the listeners. It shows that people are engaged. It shows that you guys are actually tuning in and listening to what I have to offer and the guests that I bring every single week. And so I am ever so grateful for that, because it tells me that what I've set out to do, I am doing it. I am committed to what my goal is, not just for the show itself, not just for the brand, but also on a weekly basis. There is a certain reason to why I engage in every single episode the way that I do, and with each guest, right? And my goal is always very clear to what I want it to be. And then my hidden goal is always to let it flow very naturally. I believe that that is where my listeners, you guys, are able to engage the most. And I believe that is when certain things resonate the most with you guys, when you're able to relate the most, when you're able to find things, when you're able to just sit there and be like, oh shit, that definitely hit my soul. That hit my chest. Oh yes, I felt that. And that is ultimately the meaning of success to me when it comes to this platform, when it comes to this microphone, and it comes to this show. And I'm so grateful for that. I would have never thought that the day that I launched on March 17th of this year, the onset of an entire pandemic, that I would give a show every single week to you guys, going through everything that I've been through. And this isn't about making it a sad moment. Not at all. I have shared it with you guys in the past. My profession exposes me to see what this pandemic has done to our society. On a personal note, my family has suffered loss due to this disease, due to this pandemic. I and my son had a personal scare with coronavirus. Thank God we were perfectly fine, but we had a scare. And so when you think about all of that and you think about everything that I've still been able to do for myself, I sit there and I reflect. I sit there and I think. I sit there and I look in a mirror and I realize, oh shit, Misty, you're still able to breathe. Daisy, you're able to blink. You can still see. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I'm still able to come here and offer this to you guys and share this with you guys. And so the goal for this first mini-sode for the soul, A Dose with Miss D, is to share with you guys that I am present with gratitude. And I'm here to challenge you guys to just take a moment in all the madness that this world is right now. Pandemic, the end of an election, which at this very moment that I'm recording this, we still don't know who is going to be our next president, right? We can only keep our fingers crossed that it's going to be exactly who Miss D wants it to be. But in the middle of all this election journey, in the middle of this pandemic that we have continuously dealt with day in and day out, right? I challenge you guys, whether you're dealing with other personal stuff, with your family, with your friends. Some of you, I know, virtual friends and family are dealing with Mother Nature still taking its course. We have storms, we have hurricanes, we have all sorts of shit still going on in the world, right? I challenge you guys to just take a moment and look at yourself. And in everything that life may be crazy right now, just be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself of whatever accomplishment you can find. Even if that accomplishment is that you woke up today and you still took those 2 steps to get the fuck up and face the day. Be grateful that you are breathing, that you can see, that you can blink. Be grateful that you are here, that you've been able to play this episode and you have tuned in once again because you're able to. Just be grateful for that and be grateful for all the positivity that is in your world. You know what that is? That is that just you might be making a difference in someone else's life too, just like I am hopefully making a difference in your life. Be grateful that there are people who love you, who adore you, who need you. In this world that we live in, trust me when I tell you, there's always going to be someone who's going to be able to look at you and say, oh, I needed this. I needed you. I needed this from you. Be grateful for all of that. Find that positivity in your life. Look at your life as one big puzzle, right? It's a puzzle. You're putting this puzzle together of 1,000 pieces, let's say, whether it's on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or on a monthly basis. And you know what? You need that last piece just make that puzzle so complete, right? And sometimes you lose the piece. Sometimes you can't find it. Sometimes it's like, damn, does it really fit here? Like, what the fuck, right? FYI, guys, I'm not a fan of puzzles, but I do them anyway. But think of that piece as the final touch, as your happiness, because it's what completes your entire puzzle. Again, whether it be for that day, that week, or that month. But think of your life as that big puzzle. And the last piece is what brings you the happiness because you've completed it. And here you are to see another day. Just think of it in that perspective and be grateful for it. Be grateful for the joy you bring to yourself and be grateful for the joy you are able to bring to others. And I guarantee that you do. And so thank you for tuning in to this first here mini-sode for the soul. Here on Double Dose of Raw Talk Podcast, I am your host, Miss D. And don't forget, new episode on Thursdays. Talk to you later. Bye.